So one of my friends was messaging me one day about his experience with different slayers. He was talking about how he and his guildmates were doing things like burning tier 4 tarantula bosses or trying to kill it with the void. And this got me thinking, if it's possible to burn the Tarantula Broodfather, there's got to be other crazy ways you could kill some of the other slayer bosses as well. So, I figured I'd take you guys with me to test the limits on how ridiculous slayers can get, and if maybe one of these could become a legitimate strategy. But before we get to testing, just a quick reminder that if you have any further questions, comments, or suggestions about today's video, be sure to pop into my Twitch streams. I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. We tend to talk about all sorts of Skyblock related things over there, and trust me, you won't regret it. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so here we are at the spider's nest. We are going to do a couple of testing with the tarantula bosses to start things off, as that is what my friend was talking about, and I want to see if I can maybe execute these little tricks myself and actually get some footage of it rather than just my friend telling me how it works. So the first thing we're going to do here was actually going to try and take the tarantula boss from the spider's nest all the way over to the people who are fishing. So actually, if we just go teleport there real quick, you can see that we've actually got a couple of people fishing here. So we got two guys there, and then we got one guy over here, all seeming to do their passive little fishing here, but little do they know that we're going to come back here and bring a tarantula boss all the way over to the pond, and we're going to see if they're going to actually help us fight it. So without further ado, let me ring up Maddox real quick. Let's get a tier 3 started, because I'm not trying to get rid of all my money in today's video. So a tier 3 should suffice. We'll just do that real quick, and I will come back to you guys when we're about 1 kill away, and hopefully we could spawn this thing, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so as you can see here, I have just spawned my boss. I'm going to head down just over here to the bottom of the nest. We're going to try and pull this thing as far as we possibly can. So quickly heading down here. It's still on my tail. Very good, very good. Making sure that nobody tries to kill it on the way as well. We should be good enough to hopefully get over this. So really quickly, going to just throw a grapple hook. Try and fly it over here. Is it still following me? Oh my god, it's actually chasing me. Okay, so this thing is after us right now. We are currently on the hub island, not in the spider's nest, and this tarantula boss is very angry and still wants to kill me. So let's keep it going here. Let's see if we can get it all the way to the Sven Pond and see if we can actually kill it with the water, with the slowness like some people actually do. So it's on our tail. Okay, it jumped. It's still there. It's running away. No, it's coming back. It's coming back. Oh my god, this is actually ridiculous, dude. These people don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna jump right here, and here it is, dude. Oh my god, could you imagine coming here to do some fishing and you see some guy in full superior just bring a tier 3 tarantula over at the same time? Oh man, look at him go, look at him go. You got it, dude, you got it, dude. Use that AOT. You got it, bro, you got it, dude. Oh, this is too much fun. I love it. We got it, we got it, we got it, dude. Okay, so we know that's possible. So how about we ring up Maddox real quick, get the rewards, and the next thing that I want to try is actually try and take it over to the Blazing Fortress and see if it's possible to burn the tarantula boss in the lava pools that are over there. So once again, I'll go and do that really quickly for you guys, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so we have just 2 kills from spawning the boss right there. We got our boss spawning. I'm going to head all the way down here, drop down to the bottom of the map, and see if this thing could chase us all the way to the Blazing Fortress. And I'm going to take it over to one of the lava pools. Not the lava lakes over there. I'm going to take it to a lava pool, see how that turns out. So, it's actually on fire right now, chasing after us. Where'd it go? Look at it. It's actually on fire. Okay, let's go over here. Take it over to, I think, the pool just over here, yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump straight in and see if it follows me. No way. This thing actually followed me into the Blazing Fortress, and it's burning, dude. What is this? Oh my god, you can see that it can barely move as well. Like, this is actually pretty... Okay, well... we killed it really quickly, but I mean, it works. It's possible. You can burn a tarantula boss, and it does get sort of stuck in the lava because it's not like the water where it can sort of freely move around. But still, that's pretty cool. Now, the next thing that I want to try and do is actually see if we can void the tarantula boss. Now, from my friend himself, he did say that he tried multiple different things, and it didn't work out because the void is a lot lower than what it is for a player. So, in Skyblock here, they make it so once you hit Y0, you technically die. But if the tarantula boss hits Y0, it doesn't actually die. So I'm going to try it out for myself. I've got 2 methods in mind that we could possibly work with. So let's see how that works out for us. Okay, so this mini boss will spawn our boss right here. We got the boss spawning. I'm going to head down to the bottom of the nest as quick as I can. See if it still follows me down. And the strategy for this is going to be if we can maybe try and jump into the void with bat person armor. So if I quickly just grab my bat person set on really quickly. Okay, we should be able to do this. So if I jump down and just sort of suspend myself. So the tarantula boss is flying around with me. Let's see if I can maybe get closer to the void. So we're at Y20-ish, and it fell way below, but it's definitely not, it's not getting taken out here. So let's see if we can maybe go a little bit lower here. Okay, right there. We're like at Y10 now, sort of like on the edge there, and it's still sort of floating around. Yeah, so we did end up dying there, and the Slayer quest did fail, so it looks like that strategy did not work. I do have a plan B, however, which we'll get to in a second here. So let me start up another quest, and we'll see if we could try plan B. Okay, so this has been far more difficult than I've been trying to do, but we are now 2 kills away from spawning our boss. Now the plan here is to try and find a voracious spider that's really close to the edge. So I haven't quite found one. It has to be voracious, otherwise this doesn't work. I will end up one-shotting it. I had to take off my boots as well because the AOTD will one-shot if I have full superior on. And so this spider's actually really close. So what I'm going to do is just going to blast it way off into the void, hopefully. Okay, so that one took 4 damage. That one was a failed attempt, but luckily we were 2 kills and not 1. So now I'm going to go look for another voracious, maybe, and then I just go like that. Hopefully this works. So I just sent it flying, and it just died in the void. I saw it. It was just in the corner there. Now, what happens if you void a Tarantula boss? Okay, I'm going to just sit here and wait. Maybe it'll try to jump back up. Or maybe, well, it's not dying. That's for sure. If I just go check really quickly. Let me head towards the edge. Oh, no, okay. So it is back up on the land by the looks of it. So it did survive. You can't actually AOTD the actual boss, which is pretty unfortunate. It has no knockback, so that is expected. But we're going to quickly take this guy out right here. Actually, let me just switch to the Scorpion Force so we do way more damage. And we can also use the Golem Pet just to finish this bad boy off with a one-tap once the ability procs. It's one-shot. There we go. Alrighty, so that was an attempt of avoiding the Tarantula boss. This one's a lot trickier than I expected. I think we ended up knocking it into the void, and then it jumped back up onto land and just chilled there. At least from what I could see, that's what happened. So now that we're done with Tarantulas, I'm going to move on to doing some stuff with Svens, because I have a plan with Sven that I don't think people have done before, and might be really interesting. So let's go hop over there and see how that turns out. Okay, so I'm now 2 kills away from spawning the Sven boss. I'm going to try and grab a leash here and grab 2 level 15 wolves, because you'll see in a minute what we're going to try and do here. So most people, what they'll do is they'll take the Sven boss over to the Sven Pond, or at least that's what people like to call it. But this time, I want to try something a little bit different. This is actually a pack and force, so that thing's going to spawn the boss very easily and also be very aggressive. But we're going to grab these 2 level 15 wolves, and I'm going to take it towards the extreme and see if it's possible to spawn the Sven boss in the village. So let's quickly take these guys on a bit of a walk here. Okay, so we are in the village here, and it seems that nothing is really out of the ordinary. I was able to pull these dogs really easily, and I've actually decided that I'm going to try and fight it down here in Guild House, because it might be like a nice confined space, and it should be a bit easier on the boss since we don't really have a pool of water. We do actually have a pool of water in the village that I don't want to actually take them to, because it'd be really hard to get them in there. But I'm going to see if I can try and kill them just down here in these stairs. I'm going to get rid of their leads real quick, and then see if I can actually spawn the boss and see what happens. So there's the boss, and it looks like it just failed. So you can see here, the boss can't be in the village. Alright, so it's not possible to spawn a Sven boss in the village. We did just waste 10,000 coins, but that's okay. It was only a tier 3, so we know for a fact that it's not possible to kill it in the village. But is it possible to kill it in the wilderness? Okay, so you can see here that I've gone completely out of my way to take these wolves all the way to the fairy pond, and you can see we're going to try and kill the boss here. I don't have any high hopes for this, honestly. I don't think it's going to work, but if it does, it'll be really funny to actually have killed a wolf boss in the fairy pond, which is completely far away from the ruins, nowhere near. So I'm going to take this wolf out, I'm going to take, oh, that one actually spawned the boss, and it's possible. So apparently, you can actually fight the Sven Packmaster here in the fairy pot. Okay, well, I mean, you learn something new every day, I guess. We're gonna see if we can try and kill this bad boy really quickly. I'm gonna switch to my golem pet, because the golem pet's gonna be much easier in being able to destroy this thing with the special ability. So this 5th hit here should maybe do some damage. Looks like it didn't actually go off for some reason. I'm not too sure, but we'll quickly beat this boss up, and we should be on our way. Sven pups actually get caught up in the water there, and because this water is so much deeper than the Sven pond, they can actually just drown, and we don't even have to deal with the pups. And we should have just one more shot here, taking that thing out very easy. So quite surprised that we were able to kill it here in the fairy pond. Now you know it's possible. I mean, if you do want to go out of your way to take it over here to this pond rather than Sven pond, you know it's an option. It actually might help you if you're not very geared and you don't have the adequate gear for like a tier 4. But once again, not too sure how useful this will be. I was just testing it to see if it'd be funny or not. So now that we've done that, I have another plan. I want to see if we can do things with the Rev bosses now. So how about we go and do that real quick, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I think I've got the perfect setup here with what I'm trying to do, and my goal is to try and get this Revenant Sycophant as close as possible to the void, or into the void at all. So right here, I'm going to do my best to try and AOTD this thing. I'm seeing if I can line up a good angles, and for it to just get taken out like that. So now, okay, this looks really promising here, so we managed to glitch it slightly. I'm going to AOTD it one more time, and off it goes into the void. Is this going to work? That's the real question. So, it's not doing anything right now. We did just knock that thing off. It does have a lot of HP. I think it might be because it's got 24,000 health that it hasn't spawned the boss. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to wait up here on the surface and see if hopefully maybe it'll spawn the boss, maybe not. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to wait for like a minute or so because I'm assuming that all that's happening is it's taking void damage. So I'll cut back to you guys to see what I think is happening. Okay, so I'm officially one level 1 zombie kill away from spawning the boss. I was just trying to kill some of these guys to pass the time, but this Revenant Sycophant, I don't know what happened to it. We did manage to void it completely, like you guys saw that. It went flying all the way down there somewhere. I have no idea what's happened to it, whether it's actually dead or not, or if it's still in the void taking damage while we speak, because it did have a lot of HP, and the void doesn't actually do too much damage, so I'm not going to wait it out any longer. I'll let you guys decide on whether you think it's possible to void a Rev boss or not. So the final thing I want to do is actually with a Sven boss once again. I did forget to do this when I was doing Sven, so we'll hop over at the castle one more time and see if we can execute what I want to do now. Okay, so I'm 1 kill away from spawning my boss, and we do have a little pack enforcer going after me. That's okay, we're just going to ignore that. I'm going to grab this wolf here on the leash, and this is the last thing that we're probably going to try for this video. It's going to be trying to void a little wolf with the AOTD ability and see if we could spawn the boss in the void, and maybe it'll kill it, maybe it won't. I'm not too sure. Actually, now that I think of it, my AOTD will kill this thing in one shot, so I'm going to have to push it manually. Actually, no, we can do it right here if I just let it fall. And there we go. Off into the void that thing goes. Who knows what's going to happen to it? We were 1 kill away. That wolf is still not dead. Is it possible to void this? Actually, I've got another plan here. So we got another wolf. If we just try and pull this one off. See if I can try and push it off here. Just doing my best to nudge it a little bit. Actually, I'll just... Oops. Okay, well, we managed to... Where'd it go? We actually did it. Oh, no, it teleported back onto us. Wait, really? Look at that. Wait. Let's try it again. You saw that, right? It fell off into the void right there, and then it teleports back up. What? I never knew that was possible. Hold on, let me grab my shaman back out. This is actually some cool stuff. So what happens is because dog AI in Minecraft, when a dog gets far from you, it teleports back. Apparently this Sven is my pet. But it's also angry because it's trying to kill me, but it teleports back up when it gets too far away. That's actually really cool. I didn't even know that was a part of the game. Well, I'm gonna try and kill it here on the side of the map as it keeps voiding itself. And see if we can maybe pull this off. Maybe the pups will just end up dying in the void as well. We'll see. Okay, so it's calling pups right now, and all the pups ended up falling into the void with it, but they are coming back up. This is actually super interesting. I would have never guessed that all these dogs were supposedly a pet. Look, so those pups fell off. Okay, I think the pups actually do get voided, and it counts towards the kills as well. I'm getting the combat XP. You can see on the left, it says 32.4 combat XP. Okay, so the pups do end up dying to the void. The boss doesn't because the boss teleports back to you, which is pretty interesting. But this thing is like, what, 3 shots away from dying now? This is actually not too bad of a strategy now that I think of it, because it gives you time to heal up, I guess, when it falls. I'm not too sure. Maybe you guys can be the judge of this one as well. I personally wouldn't use this, but it's a pretty cool thing. I did not know that was possible, being able to actually knock the Sven boss off to the void. So we know for a fact that Tarantula bosses will just fly up and they don't actually get voided. We know that the Sven boss will teleport to you because it acts like a pet, so the wolf, if it gets out of your sort of render distance type thing, it tries to get back to you. And the Rev boss, well, that Rev champion is probably still in the void to this day. Who knows what happened to that, but all that we know is, essentially, you can't really void a Rev boss either. So, I think that concludes today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I had a lot of fun recording this. I've been recording for like, what, an hour now, just testing out all these bosses and different ways we can kill them. If you have any further questions about this video, or you want to see some more Slayer myth-busting type videos, be sure to leave it in the comments below, or also come over onto my Twitch streams and let me know over there. But I think that's everything I've got to say for this video. Once again, hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, take care and peace. doing all their schoolwork, and that's not something that I want to be doing. No way! No way! What? What? I get an RNG drop, it's a freaking fly sorter, bro.